Well, welcome back to the 2018 Colonial Invitational. My name is Tenacious Earl here on the Tabletop Baseball Plus channel, and we are here to bring you the final nine, the back nine of the final round of the tournament. As you can see here, and you can see that I did not do what I had intended to do because I was not in town. I did not do any further adjustment of the scoreboard, so I'll talk through this just a little bit while I am doing it. Just bear with me. We have 9 holes to go with the lead group, and Mackay Berry, a non-exempt player, is currently one ahead of Rance Aberlay for the tournament lead. He has 8 holes left to play, so he is doing quite well at the moment. Now what we need to do is we need to want to make a little bit of room here. Gives a chance for someone to make some birdies. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but let's look on the bright side. And so then you have Dave Simanowicz 3 back at -11, and then at -10 you have Evan Aldrich and Will Janis. -9 nobody. -8 Myung Cho and Heath Sommers, and then from there on out things are we're not too concerned about those at the moment. But we're just trying to slide the scoreboard down a little bit. So Aberley at -13, Mackay Berry -14. We'll add -15, and -16 is going to be a little bit of a squeeze, but let's work on it here. So we're at Texas Provincial, which is the play games. We're using History Maker Golf as our medium for this tournament. So theirs is called Texas Provincial. It's of the Colonial Country Club in suburban Dallas, Texas. So, okay, there we go. A little bit better. So, we are at the 13th for the first group off. Going to try to keep this to an hour, and what we might do is just tag on with a 4th video here today, this afternoon, the final one. So, number 13, it's our first time seeing it here. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm not going to bring the card up. It's a difficult hole. It's a small green, and you got to carry over water. So, you also have bunkers in play on the left. If you could see here on the 11 through 14. So if you get a 1 on the black or brown, you got a really good chance of either it being in the hazard or in the water. You have a 1 in 6 chance of finding the golf cam course. Okay, and you've got a 3 level of difficulty or a level of course control. And so the only guy in the first group that is still playing is Myung Cho. And he bogeyed the last hole, so it's going to be Sonny Lemons first. This is a normal hole, so we use the out-of-contention golfers. I want to chart, and I just want to flash it up there so you can get a feel for if it's a normal hole versus cordial versus semi-cordial versus daunting, semi-daunting, and double cordial. You roll 1 die, and it will decide for you what their score is, just to try and cut some time. And so that's a par for Sonny Lemons and Carol Davis. Really what this simulates, that's a bogey. This simulates these guys aren't really on the broadcast anymore. So you know that they're there making scores, but we're not really giving them a whole lot of attention. So, all right, so Myung Cho, no chips to use, so he's got to accept what the dice bring him. And he's going to have control, which is good for him. You stay away from that water by not having a course control check. So 1, 2, 4. Not a firm green, so he'll have golf cam green, which is a chart that checks whether the green has any hidden difficulties or hidden ease. And a 1 on it On a par 3, is it a challenging hole? No. Is he hacker? No. He will have a clutch putt for birdie. So clutch, you have a variety. You have 5 different designations. You have you roll 1 die, so you have six potential outcomes. Okay, if you're gold, which Mackay Berry is, you get 1 to 5. If you roll 1 to 5 on that 6-sided die, it's a birdie, or the putt is in the hole. If you get a 6, it's not. So 5 out of 6 chances. So then you have rust. Currently, we don't have any rust or semi-rust golfers, so you have these half qualities as well. But rust would mean you need to roll a 1, so that means you're really bad at clutch putts. Now, Myung Cho is normal, which is a 3. Now you have semi qualities, so semi-gold. You could do it one of 2 ways. You can roll the decider die along with the D6, and so if you're semi-gold, you roll it. If it's 1 to 5, you also make sure that the decider die is yes. It's 3 sides are yes, 3 sides are negatory, and that's how. So I just like to cut the difference, and that's one acceptable way. You say semi-rust is 1 to 2, semi-gold is 1 to 4. Okay, so Myung Cho is normal. That means he needs a 1 to 3. Now with a clutch putt, you either get a blue chip if you make it, or a red chip if you miss it. And he misses it pretty badly. He's going to earn a red chip, and he will have an easy par putt. And he almost misses it, but it's in the hole. 6-6 misses an easy par putt. So that group fares 1 over par in total. So number 12, we've seen this before. Par 4, not too much difficulty. And I gotta, let's see, I'm trying to get everything squared away here. Things have moved somehow. We have an earthquake here somewhere? Okay. Unless that was for Heath Somers. All right, now I'm genuinely unsure. I got to check something here. Bear with me. But while I'm in the midst of checking things out here, let's keep going. So we've got Sudbury, Kimes, and Co. at the 12th, and it'll be Sudbury first. So he is still just barely on the chart. He has 7 holes to play, and he's 7 back from Berry. And he is going to attack the hole. So let's see or attack the green. And it's a 2, so he will have a difficult putt for birdie, but still it's a chance. So he's going to try and roll it out. He needs a 1. And bingo, Tom Sudbury with a birdie should help him stave off elimination from our coverage here. All right, so now let's see. I want to, bear with me, I'm going to bring up my previous video and see where, because that was in a weird place for Janice. I want to see where we left off. Oh boy. It was Somers, okay. I think, let me see. Trying to figure out how that chip moved. Okay, Nate. Aha, okay. So, we got it. All right. So, what happened was he got a second chip. Somers did, and then he used one of the 2 chips to help himself get a birdie on number 9. And when I pulled that up, this one moved down. So Heath Sommers has that blue chip. Okay. So just wanted to be sure before I went and messed somebody up. So, and I'm going to mess myself up if I lose a D6. When I heard it hit this little metal part down here. Oh, there you are. Okay. Apologies for the technical difficulties here early in this video, but things don't always work out right. So it's Kynes with a normal hole will par. And Ji-Woon Ko, he's going to also par. Okay, so number 11. So it's going to be the group containing our current leader, Mackay Berry, and he birdied 9 last, and everybody got pars on 10, so he will be the first to play here. He doesn't have any chips to use, so see if he can maybe get something favorable here. And it's going to be off the course card 16. He is in the trap off the tee with a 4 green, which means probably going to be trying to save par more than anything. All right, so par 5. Sand off the tee, and a 4 is he sandy. He's semi-sandy but no dot, so he's going to have an easy putt for par. Again, technical difficulties. So an easy putt for par means we roll these 2, and he makes it. Okay. I really need to make a big time cleanup effort of my room here. It's rather cluttered in places, and it's just tough to. I'd rather play games than do that, but at some point you got to pay the piper. Dave Simanowicz Jr. He's 3 back, and he will. Let's see, he's going to play off of. He's going to take his chances that he can get a 1, 2, or 3 here on the white die, and he does. So he will play off of his card, and he's hoping that with a legend or a king, maybe he can earn a gallery cheers roll. So 1, 4, 6, legend or bomber. He is, so yes, he will get the gallery cheers for a par 5. He will earn a blue chip, so he gets a second one. That's why you don't necessarily want to use him to take control. You're kind of rolling, quote unquote, rolling the dice. Now the green die result was a 1. So is he a champion? He is. He can go for it here and try to get a possible eagle. So he will obviously try to go for it here, being 3 back. This is the only par 5 on the back 9. Let's see. A chance for another blue chip to be earned if he can get a 1 here. So we're shaking this up really well. And it's a 1. Awesome. Here we go. So this is one of the first times I've had the yes come up with we roll a 1. Awesome. On the green into moderate putt for eagle. So he gets a second, and because of this little star here, golfer earns another blue chip. So he has 3 now, and he has a moderate eagle putt. And what he can do is, because he hasn't touched a blue chip yet to use on this hole, he can use 2. He takes a moderate to easy and easy to gimme. He is going to have a gimme eagle putt to move into a tie for second with Aberle. Can he do it? He needs to avoid 6s, and he makes the putt. That is an eagle for Dave Simanowicz Jr., and that is a coup for him. That really gives him a shot here in the final few holes. And he's got a blue chip still around. Blue chips you can use on the same hole. Red chips you can't. Unless it's 18. I play that you can on 18 to avoid a meltdown. But some people would play that you should give the golfer the meltdown. So now Evan Aldrich, who is 5 back, not double cordial, so he, with a 6, he will go for it here. He's gonna, actually no, he's not. He's gonna take another blue chip for a par. So a big eagle there for Dave Simanowicz Jr. Starts putting a little more pressure on his playing partner Barry. And it will now be Heath Sommers, who birdied 9. He will have a chance here at 10 to try and get his round turn around. I mean, he really needs some big time effort here to do that. He's 6 back, and he has 9 to play, but he's going to need some collapses and some stellar play here. 3, 5, 6. Is he scatter or puny? No, he isn't that. Is he a champion? Yes, he is. He has an easy putt for birdie. He will use the blue chip to get a gimme putt. And so, as long as he doesn't get the 6s, and he doesn't, that's a birdie, and he moves to -9. And so he's back-to-back birdies, starting to get a feel for his putter again. And that could come in handy. If he can, I mean, at the very least, he'd like to get back into the top 3 and get a good payday in the, obviously you want to try and finish in the best money as possible on the tour charts. So, Will Janis, and that'll be 244. Is Janis king or dynamic? He's semi-dynamic, and he has a dot, so that's a yes. He will earn a blue chip for the gallery cheering on that drive. And now with a 2, is he a champion? No, he isn't. So that's going to mean a moderate putt for birdie. And he is at -10. He will push the envelope here, use the blue chip, and that will make it an easy birdie. 1 to 4, and it's in the hole. So he moves up to -11. He is 3 behind Barry. And now Rance Aberley, who's riding the blue chip or a red chip at the moment, and he's going to get it removed by that. He'll take his par, remain at -13, but now he's lost his blue chip or his red chip, which is fine. Okay, now to 14. So we're almost 20 minutes into this. I was hoping to be a little closer to being done, but again, got a couple of little snafus. And now it'll be Sonny Lemons first here at 14. So a long par 4. It's 464 yards. It's pretty lengthy. Dog leg left. The green is on 12. Longer than usual approach shot. So that kind of leaves the fairway being a bit underrepresented here. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Only 9 golf cam course rolls. You have 2 greens, and then you've got a whole slew of hazards. So Lemons, we're just going to roll him. That's a normal 5, which will be a par. Okay, now Myung Cho with his, and a golf course control rating of 4 on this. So you could use that red chip to what he could try to do is give the course control just to shed it. But he's going to hope that he gets a 1 and he gets a 2. So that's 14. He's in the woods off the tee on a par 4. And a 5. Is he a master? Semi-master, does not have a dot, so he will have a difficult second putt for par. Myung Cho, a difficult second putt for par, 1 to 3 in the hole. So works out well for him. Carroll Davis, normal 1, he'll birdie. Gets back the bogey he encountered on number 13. So we're once we get through this, we're going to be doing a check of the emerging contenders. All right, so Tom Sudbury will be first to go here at -8 again. So he's got he's -6 with, or he's 6 back with 6 to play, pretty much on the fringe of contention. And at 13, that will be course controlled 25. Well, that's going to be Golf Cam Green. So that should get him through with a par here, since it's not a challenging green. A 3 on a par 3. Is it a challenging green? No. So that gives him a chance for a clutch birdie. If he could get back-to-back birdies here, it's going to keep him in this for a while. Actually, Myung Cho, we're probably going to be done with him because he has 4 to play and he is 6 back. So, but here we go. Tom Sudbury needs a 1 to 3, and it's in the hole. He will earn a blue chip, and he has put together back-to-back birdies at -9 now, 5 back. So he will stay in contention. Let's leave Cho here for just a minute. Okay, so now, we need Kimes first, and this is again a normal hole. Normal 5 is a par. Ko, normal 6, that will be a bogey for Ko. Okay, so Simanowicz Jr. with his eagle will have the tee here at 12, have the honor. So we got 3 right there at the top. We got Mackay Berry again. He's in this group. Simanowicz is in this group. And then you have in the final group Rance Aberley, who is 1 behind Berry. And so Simanowicz at the par 4. And a course controlled 45. He's in the rough, but he has a green 1, so there is a good break for him. Par 4. Rough off the tee on a 45, but with a 1, is he a workman? Semi-workman, and he gets away with it. Semi-workman with retirement, but with recovery. Sorry, not retirement. Recovery does not have the decider die saying yes, so he's going to have a wow chance from the thick stuff. Can he knock one in? He could at least get a birdie and try to share the lead here. Let's see what happens. A 1 would get him another eagle chance. But it's a 6, so a 6 is going to be a difficult putt for birdie. So he's got a choice. Does he use his blue chip? Well, he's going to hold on to the blue chip, and he needs a 1 to make a difficult birdie putt. Can he do it? And another 6, so no. Now a moderate par putt, 1 to 5. He's got to avoid a third 6 in a row here. And he gets the 1 he needed, so that will be a par. So Simanowicz stays at -13. Now Mackay Berry, your leader, at -14. Decider die is no. 3, it's going to be off the Golf Cam course with a 34. And with a par 4 and a 4. Not cordial, not daunting, so he has an easy putt for par here. So he's got to avoid the 6s. And he does. So the top of the leaderboard is going to stay the same, at least as far as Berry and Simanowicz are concerned. Now Evan Aldrich with 2 blue chips. If he could get a moderate birdie putt out of this, he would have 2 chips to make it gimme. So again, 23 is going to be out of the rough near the green. So he'll have an up and down that he needs to make. And a 4, is he workman? No. Moderate putt for par, 1 to 5. He's got to watch out for the 6. And he bogeys. He bogeys if he makes the follow-up. And he does. But Evan Aldrich, he moves back to -9. Into the group with Sommers and Sudbury. Speaking of Sommers, he will be teeing off at the 11th. So it's getting a little bit strung out here. Now Sommers does not have a chip here to use at 11. Par 5 that obviously you can get an eagle, and you can get a birdie, but here a par for Sommers is probably not going to get the job done. He really needs to start pressing more. He will attack the green on the par 5. He's 5 shots back with 8 to play. I'm going to try and give it a whirl here. And it's a 2. He will have a difficult putt for birdie. So that is a 1. He doesn't have any blue chips to improve it, so he will try to get this 1 to make a birdie and move to within 4. And it's a miss, so he will have a moderate putt for par. Needs to avoid a 6 here, and he does. There was his 1. So that's a par. Will Janis next. Will Janis is 3 behind at -11. Needs to start finding his way. And a 1-3-6 on the par 5. Is he duffer or scatter? No, he's not. Is he utility? He's not. Is he a hero? He is semi-hero, but doesn't have the dot. So he's going to have a moderate putt for birdie. That's a 1 or a 2 he needs. So let's roll it off here. He doesn't have any chips, so he needs a 1 or a 2. It's in the hole. Will Janis back-to-back birdies himself. And he is going to make some noise here. So that now Aberlay, who has only managed 9 pars and 1 birdie so far. He sure could use another birdie here and join a tie for the lead. But he's going to go off the course cam, your golf cam course 12 bunker with his 3rd shot. So he's got to try and scramble here out of the bunker. And a 2. Is he sandy? No, he isn't. So he'll have a moderate putt for par. Watch out for the 6. Does he make the putt? He does. Okay, so no change there in the leaderboard aside from Will Janis drawing to within 2. And we have decided we will take Cho and remove him from contention. He only has 4 holes left to play. Now what we need to do here, so Mackay Berry is 5 under par on his round. And so we check for emerging contenders. 5 under or better, there's no way you can get an emerging contender. So we don't have to worry about it. So no emerging contender in this tournament here. Hi, Al. Welcome. So we're going to roll off the quick way here on 15 for all 3 of these golfers. Not too many designations on these holes as far as daunting or cordial or anything like that. Pretty fair course, I would say. So, Carroll Davis first. It's a normal hole. Well, he's going to bogey. Now, Sonny Lemons. He's also going to bogey. So, Myung Cho, he should at least get a par here, right? 2 will be a par, yes. Okay. So, back to 14. And it will be Sudbury back-to-back birdies at -9. So if Barry and the guys at 13 have some issues here along the way, maybe Sudbury can keep finding some good rolls for him. A 3 means it's going to be 26. Golf cam course, par 4, and a 2. Cordial, no. Daunting, no. So it'll be an easy putt for par. Just got to keep away from the 6s. And he almost has a bad situation there, but gets a 5 instead of a 6. So Kimes and Co. Kimes first, normal hole birdies with a 1, and Co. is going to bogey. Okay. So now we're going back to 13. This par 3 that has it's had 2 birdies and 1 bogey so far and 3 pars. So chance for some scoring here, and it will be Dave Simanowicz Jr. to go first. He's going to use a blue chip here to take control of the hole. He's trying to stay away from the water. 1, 2, 3 on the par 3. Golf Cam green and a 2. Let's see if that comes up with anything good for him. Par 3 and a 2. Is it a friendly green? No. Challenging green? No. Easy par putt. So he avoids big trouble with the water and makes par, stays 1 back. So now, let's see, it'll be Mackay Berry. The leader. He's going to have a 166 off. He comes off of his card. Par 3s are not going to be his strong suit with the utility irons. So 166. Direct, no. On the green, it might go in. We're going to go for he gets a pin shot with 166. Here, I'll show you. Gets a chance maybe. So if it were a direct hole, you get a hole in one. Otherwise, he still might have a chance at a hole in one here. Here's the pin shot. He's going to have to roll 2 1s in a row. Or no, not 2 1s. He needs to roll the white die. If it's a 1, he gets a chance to roll decider. It's a 3. Easy putt for birdie for Mackay Berry to go to -15. Doesn't have any blue chips, so easy putt. 1 to 4. It's in the hole. Mackay Berry stretches his lead to 2. He's got 5 holes left to play, and Evan Aldrich now. He's gonna do what Simanowicz did and take control of this hole, and hope the rolls go his way. 1, 3, 4. He's not a hacker, so the right now chart, and he's semi-cold with a dot, so he is cold. Now a 4 checks whether he's hot, so he should at least avoid something quite problematic. And well, it's a double difficult putt for birdie. That's not great, but at least he can lag here and get a par. Here's our lag roll. Can he get 1s? Nope. So it'll be an easy putt for par. And Aldrich makes that. So using the blue chip doesn't work for either of these golfers this time around. Back to 12 for the lead group. And it will be Will Janis with a birdie coming right off of that. 2 in a row, in fact. So if he could get a right now chart roll, he would be pretty happy with that. But it's going to be 36. That's going to be in the woods with his second shot. So that's, let's see, a 2. Is he master? No. All right, an easy putt for par, so he's able to navigate that and gives himself a solid chance to par it, and he does. So streak ends. So Heath Sommers. So 22 will be in the rough off the tee, and a 5, so not so. Is Heath Sommers a master? He is not. He'll have a difficult putt for par. No blue chips, so he needs a 1 to 3, and that's no good. So he has a moderate bogey putt, which he will make. But Sommers, he made some headway now. He's 7 back with 6 to play, and I've got to make a decision here about this lead group if I'm going to have a guy fall out of contention. Rance Aberley, 35, Golf Cam Course, and a 5. Par 4, Daunting, no. Scatter, no. Okay, he'll have a clutch putt for birdie. Needs a 1 to 3 here, or else he'll get another red chip. 1 to 3. Wait, par 4, and it was a 5. Yes, 1 to 3 birdie. No. Aberley has not had things go his way, so now an easy par putt. He'll make that. So, well, we're going to try and time this out a little better, so we're going to go with Heath Sommers being out of contention. He's 7 back with 6 to play. Chances of him being able to overcome that are slim to 0. So, okay. So here we go. 16, a challenging, semi-challenging green, a par 3. Probably going to need a mid-iron here for this. 192 yards, uphill green even, and it makes you have a pond to the right of the green as well, so you can see over here this little guy. This is a little bit. Now we aren't going to play it with any of these guys because they're all out of contention. But so a normal hole and a birdie for Myung Cho. Now, Carol Davis. Hi, Alan. Hi, Chris. That's a par. Sunny Lemons. And he makes some sunny lemonade there. All right. So Jimmy Kimes now at the normal 15th. And then we'll go to Sudbury. That's a par. So Tom Sudbury is 6 behind with 4 to play. And he will, you got to watch out here. So this tee shot requires focus with trees to the left. And if you hit a roll of 66, I don't know if you can see that, but that says OB1. It means you're out of bounds. You have to do you have to re-tee, taking your third shot off the tee. Okay. Well, Chris, that's great to hear. I'll talk more about that a little later, but I'm glad to hear that you that it's coming. Oh, I'm glad to hear that it's coming across that I'm having fun, because I am. So I hope you like the game when you get it. That's great. So Tom Sudbury. Well, no 66 there, but he will be. The course will have control in a 23. He is in the bunker, so with his second shot. And a 5. Is he sandy? He's not. Well, he's going to have a difficult putt for par. Yeah, Alan, I agree with that. Sudbury, he's on fumes here. He's going to take his difficult par and make it moderate. 1 to 5. And he does make it. Good thing he used it. We'll keep him in contention at 6 back. I feel like if you're more than 6 back and you have less than 7 holes to play, oh, well, it makes me feel good. I'm not here trying to sell games for Keith over at Play, but what I'm doing is just trying to turn people on to tabletop gaming, and I'm glad that we're getting a presence here on No Pressure. There's pressure for Sudbury. But no, I mean, it's it's great to have. I mean, we've got we have gotten north of 700 subscribers on this channel here, which is great. I mean, that's just, we want to keep spreading the word and getting people who are interested in tabletop gaming kind of coming together with our channel and with others that are around. But okay, so back to 14, we've got Mackay Berry extended his lead to 2 shots at -15. He's got 5 holes to go. He's got, it's basically 5 holes and a tour exemption right here. And unfortunately, he misses out on probably what is a good roll for him. He's going to have a 15, which is in the sand. Par 4 first. Let's see, 15 first shot, sand. Is he chunky? No, he's semi-sandy. He'll have a wow roll, a chance maybe at a good birdie. Maybe a good birdie opportunity here off this. And he'll get a blue chip to use to help improve. It's a 6, though. It's going to be a difficult putt. For birdie, he's going to just play out his difficult putt here. He needs a 1. Can he get some magic? Oh, and it almost rolled there, but now he needs a 1 to 5 for par. He wants to save that blue chip for one of the tougher holes when it comes to trying to take away course control. So here he needs a 1 to 5, and he blows it. The nerves got to him there. Now he's got an easy bogey putt. He'll make that. But Mackay Berry starting to maybe see a little bit of shine off of the armor here, and he does have a blue chip to use later, but he just bogeys, and he is now only 1 ahead. It'll be Simanowicz Jr. first, or next. He will take a par. No need to get too fancy here and waste an opportunity to get a blue chip that he could use later. So, Evan Aldrich. And 6. Another 6 for Aldrich. Now, Aldrich is 5 back. Of course, now that we do this, Sommers is 6 back. We've taken him off the board. So we haven't. Tell you what, we haven't played him yet, so I'm gonna put him back because he hasn't played since Barry had a bogey. So now that he's 6 back, I think we should give him at least the benefit of the doubt here, right? He started the day at 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 8. So -8, yeah. So let's get back to this. So Evan Aldrich is 5 back, and he's got 4 to play after this one. He's going to attack the green here, trying to be he's got a blue chip to spend to try and improve a birdie putt if he can get it. What's he got going on here? And a 6. That's a difficult par. That's what happens when you attack the green. So the premise of the white 6 is it's a less than ideal tee shot, and you're either going to attack or you're going to take an easy par. So in this case, he tried to improve his situation. Instead, he ends up with a difficult par putt, 1 to 3, and he makes it. So that will work for him. He basically concedes a blue chip to try and have a chance at maybe making a birdie and making up a little bit of ground. Okay, so Will Janis now. Well, this is 13, and there's water that you've got to watch out for here on this hole. But nobody has any blue chips to take control in this group. So let's see. Janis, Golf Cam Course 12. That'll be bunker. That's salvageable. So, and a 2 on the first shot. Sandy, he is not sandy, so he'll have a moderate par putt. 1 to 5 in the hole. Janis remains at -12. Now, Rance Aberley with that red chip. Um, tempted to use that red chip. Well, no, you can't use that for a 1. You can only use it for a 6, and a 6 is going to give you a 3 out of 6 chance at a or 3 out of hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. A 2, 4, 5 out of 9 chance at water. So we don't do that. Rance is just going to have to hope that he gets a 1 or a 2 here. And he'll take a 6. He doesn't even have to mess around with that red chip anymore. Just like the last time, he takes a par. That is the other way to do it, and it works out for him. So Heath Sommers, and it's going to be a 25. Golf Cam Green, and he does not have the decider die working in his favor, but Golf Cam Green, it's not challenging, so he should par 3 and a 6. Is it friendly? No. Is he laser? No. Clutch putt for par, and he's gold. He should earn a blue chip if he can just make a 1 to 5 chance here. It's in the hole by the skin of its teeth, and he will get his blue chip and a par. Okay, we are at 46 minutes. We're going to probably get the chance to finish up this first group here. Probably should just try to finish them up anyway. Yeah, let's do that. Then we don't even have to worry about it. We can do that quickly. Let's what we'll do is let's speed through these 5 golfers right here. So Cho, let's see, Cho first at the normal 17th. He'll birdie, 2 birdies in a row for him. Now Carroll Davis, normal 17. That's a bogey. And Sonny Lemons, he'll birdie. Okay. And let's do normal 16 for Kimes. Well, no, we're not going to do that. That's I think that's a little too far. Let's just finish out, because this group here is so semi-daunting for Myung Cho. Since they're all in that boat, that's a par for him. He will finish the back 9 at 1 under par. 34 to go with 33 is 67. Not bad. A -3 round. He did well on the front 9, but just so he was just too far back to start. So 203. So he was 203, and 67 is a 270. So -7. And I wrote down the wrong one. See, this is one of those things when you start. So Myung Cho. What did I do here? 203. $270. That's going to be -10. He ends up here, so he wasn't too far off. 2 birdies helps him with that. Sorry about that. I just was drawing a little bit of a blank there. So now Sonny Lemons. Well, he's going to bogey the last. So even par 35, and 38 is 73. Is that right? 3 over and even. That doesn't even make sense. 1, 2, 3. 3 over. Oh, it does. Yeah, sorry. I keep thinking it's a par 36. So 73, and so that's 276 -4 for Lemons. And now Carroll Davis here. And he will birdie. Oh, actually, he will, yes, birdie. So he is even, wait, +1, +2, +1. 36 and 41 is 75. So 278 -2 for Carroll Davis. So not a good tourney for him. We can kind of forget about those guys now. And we will go to the 16th with Sudbury and these other two jackals. And it'll be Kimes first. He birdied 14, so here we go with a normal hole and a 5 as a par. And now Tom Sudbury he's 5 back. And he'll take a par. This is a par 3, so we can actually check. But part of the problem with this is that there is a, with that warning sign, then every putt is going to be one tougher. So instead of, really ending up taking it, at the very best, a difficult birdie putt, probably, he's going to accept a par on it and be done. So, and then Ji-Woon Ko, again, a normal hole and a 6, he's going to bogey. He's 4 over on the back, so not impressing anybody there. All right, so back to 15 with Simanowicz Jr., Barry, and Aldrich. Barry, your leader, at -14, but he bogeyed 14, so now here you got to watch out for out of bounds. He'll take a par. Simanowicz, 1 behind, takes a par, and the pressure will be on his playing partner, Barry, when he's up at the first. Evan Aldrich will play. Well, golf course controls at 13. It's in the woods. Off the tee with a 5, so it's going to be probably a tough result to this. Master, no. Difficult second putt for par. 1 to 3. And he is going to 1 to 5 for a bogey. He'll make that, but Evan Aldrich could have used a blue chip there, but I don't know. Always feels rough using a blue chip for a par putt. Mackay Berry, your leader. He'd love a 1. He'd love a 1 or a 6 right here on that white die. He gets a 4. That's a 34. Well, it's golf cam course, so that's fine. A 4, a par 4. Cordial, no. Daunting, no. Easy putt for par. As long as he avoids the double 6s, and he does, he will remain 1 shot ahead of. Of course, you got Aberley coming up here shortly. But first, Will Janis here on 14. Can somebody come from behind and scoop Barry's big day? Will Janis, he'll take a par. He's 2 back, and he will accept a blue chip. Now, Rance Aberley, 1 behind. So 14 at golf course control number 4. And it's going to be off of his card. Now the decider die is a no. But a 116 on the par 4. Duffer, he's not soft. He is not. A moderate putt for birdie. He doesn't have any blue chips. So Aberley, 1 or a 2 gets him a birdie here at 14. And it's no such luck now, an easy par putt. So Aberley will remain -13. The holes keep clicking away here. Heath Sommers, 6 back. Now, if he ends up 7 back, that will probably end. Well, I guess we'll see. 35 is going to be golf cam course. Par 4 6. Is it daunting? It's not. Clutch putt for birdie for Sommers. He's gold. Could earn another blue chip if it's 1 to 5, and it's in the hole. Sommers can Gets himself 5 back and will earn a blue chip, and he will stave off being eliminated from our determination here. Okay, so we're going to go to 17 with Sudbury, and so I'm not doing the rest of these because I like doing them in order. I figured that there's some logic to trying your best to play things out in, like, so Kimes would play first here because he has the honor, and then it would be Sudbury. So Kimes first, normal hole, that'll be a par with a 5, and now Sudbury with a blue chip here. He's not going to use it yet. 17 has a course control number 2, so he has a good chance of taking control, but it's going to be course control 55. Rough off the tee, but he's got a 1 on the green chip. That helps. That should give him a shot maybe to get a birdie here. So par 4, rough off the first shot, and a 1. Is he a workman? He is not. He has a wow chance. We're going to roll the white die and see what he comes up. Lower the better. And he gets a 6. We've had a lot of those here on that, so that's going to be a difficult putt for birdie. What's he got here on 18? He's got some water available. Tough course control number. It's whether what he could do is he could break that tie with Sommers if he makes a birdie here. You go from difficult to moderate. It goes from one to a 1 to a. He's just going to play it out here with a 1. It's going to adds only a 2 to the if you use that blue chip. So here we go. Needs a 1. Gets a 4. So if he would have used the blue chip, it would have been lost anyway. So now a moderate par needs to avoid a 6, and he does. And now Ji Woon Ko, normal 1 birdies. So there you go. Also, well, let's put Myung Cho right here. He finished at -10 using the out of contention. That's not a problem. He's not going to win. But, all right, so we're at 57. Let's get these last couple, this pass here done, and then we will do we'll make one more finishing video here. So, all right, so it's going to be Simanowicz Jr. with 2 blue chips here at the challenging. He will use 1 to take control. Wants to try and get a birdie here on this tough hole. Doesn't want to have to deal with some of the stuff that can come off of that course card. 1, 2, 3, par 3, golf cam green. It's semi-challenging, but no dot. That helps. And a 3 on the golf cam green. Is it a challenging green? It is not. It's semi-challenging, no dot. So a clutch putt for birdie. And he's got a blue chip. He will use it to make it 1 to 5. He needs to avoid a 6. He's gold now. Can he get a tie into a tie of the lead with Barry? He makes the putt. Simanowicz Jr. buries it. He is now tied with Barry at -14. He's going to have 2 holes left to play. Now Barry, his playing partner, is next to play here. He's going to hold on to that blue chip. Actually, and especially since he's utility on his irons, there's a chance that gold putting is a big deal. Yep. But I'll tell you what, utility can be a big part of these par 3s. So he's going to take his chances. So 46, that's golf cam course. Gets a big break here on the right side. There's water on the right, but instead, and trees, but he gets, and he doesn't get the green, although the green wouldn't have been challenging this time. So par 3, golf cam course, and a 3. Is it a cordial hole? No, it's not daunting either. So he'll have a clutch putt for par, and he is gold. He could earn another blue chip with this, and he makes it. So he does. He'll have 2 taking into the final 2 holes, and so there's some drama to be had here. Evan Aldrich. For 56, and he is in the water. That is an unfortunate shot for him. In the drink on the 16th. So we go to the water. Tee shot on a par 3 and a 2 as he's sunny. And Evan Aldrich doesn't have any mood right now, so it's going to be a moderate putt for bogey. And that will make him 7 back. Well, moderate putt for bogey, 1 to 5 makes it. But all right, we're going over the hour here, but let's just complete this pass and then we will go. And I'm going to make a decision about Aldrich if we're going to keep going with him. Feel like we're so close to the end, but we'll see. Okay, so Heath Sommers -9 here at the 15th. Got to avoid that 66. And he's okay with holding on to the blue chips he has. And he's going to take control of the hole with a 1 on the white. Par 4. 2, 4, 6. Is he duff or no? Champion, yes he is. Easy putt for birdie. He will use a blue chip, make it gimme. Oh! And he rims it out. Heath Sommers gets a little careless with that and he misses the putt. He will par 15 and will not draw any closer to the lead. So, horrible break there. Let's see, Will Janis next. Chris says power through. Yeah, you know what? We will just power through this. Forget cutting it off here. Let's just finish it off. 15, that's going to be Woods. Woods at the tee shot and a 5. Master. Will Janis isn't. Difficult second putt for par. He's within 2. He'd like to use it. He's gonna take his chances. It's boy, I don't know. You know what? You've got to play it now. Difficult second putt for par, right? It was a 5. He's gonna make it moderate, and he makes the putt, even though if he wouldn't have used it, he would have missed. So Rance Aberley now. I guess I'm figuring that in some of these cases you need to fire on the spot. 66. Rance Aberley knocks it out of bounds. 66 on the black and the brown, and his tournament just goes up in flames as he knocks it out of bounds. He's going to have to re-roll but starting, so he's going to have to add basically 2 shots. He's going to be hitting his 3rd shot from the tee. So let's re-roll. The disaster 66. That is right, Alan Shaw. So now a 25. He'll get golf cam course now, but the damage is already done. Obviously, that's pointing very much the obvious out here. Par 4 and a 3. Cordial no, daunting no. So a clutch putt for double bogey for him, and he's neutral. Clutch putt for double bogey. And he's a 1 to 3. And he gets a 2, so he earns a blue chip, but he doubles the 15th, and he drops back to -11. Ouch. A bad shot there for him. So I've already had some people say, let's get through this. So this is going to be a little longer video, but let's get her done. Get her done, right? Okay, so finally we see the 18th. Got some water chances right here. You got a full-blown water chance right there. You've got a half a water chance here. So taking a blue chip into this hole and using it to control yourself is probably not a bad idea. Co first. Semi-daunting and a 2. He will par it to close out with a +3. That's a 38 on the back. And so even par. 73 on the round. And that's Co. 276 -4. Okay. So now it'll be, it's going to be Jimmy Kimes first. So semi-daunting 6, that's going to be a bogey. Ends his day with a whimper. Plus 136 on the back. Coupled with a 40, that's a 76. Looks like the high round of the day from our groups here. Kimes started at 203. That's going to be 279 minus 1 score, so a bit of a flame out for him. And now Tom Sudbury at 18. Could use the blue chip to try to avoid water. But then you don't get a chance. He doesn't get a chance to use it to improve a putt. So he is going to hold on to the blue chip. You know what? He feels like he needs to play the blue chip now. He might not have a chance to use it. So he takes control. And let's see. He's got semi-chances for king and champion here. 136 on the par 4, but the semi-chances are going to be a no hero. He is a full hero. He has an easy putt for birdie. So this is where he used the blue chip, has an easy putt for birdie. Can he make it? He doesn't have any blue chips to use. Needs a 1 to 4. And he makes it. Sudbury with a pretty nice back 9 here. 3 under 32 to go with a 1 over 36 on the front. That's a 68. A good round for him. He ends up at 268. Or wait. No, 270 along with Myung Cho. My math got a little askew there. 270 minus 10. If Aberley loses another shot, that'd be top 5, right? Top 4. I mean, he's top 5 at the moment, tied for 5. So, okay, let's we can take Sudbury's card off of there. Now we're getting down to brass tacks here. We're getting down to the business. So Clark Rotz recently had a tournament where one golfer went out of bounds twice in the same hole. Couldn't believe that. Yeah, that's bad luck. That sounds like I had a tournament where I did some really. So quick story. Club championship. I played in that the 1 year when I was in college. Played the first day, and I ended up in the first flight, which the championship flight has a chance. Well, actually, everybody has a chance at winning. If you go low on the second day, even the first flighter can. So anyway, I played well the front 9. See, at even par. After the front, went to the back on 10, hit a great drive, par 4, dog leg, kind of goes up a hill and then down in a downhill shot, and there's trees to the right. Well, I sliced my second shot with a longer iron, and it went into the woods. And at that point, my one playing partner, and God bless his heart, I'm not sure if he's still around. He was an older guy at the time, and who knows? Maybe he still is, but not to be. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, he was sitting there kind of hovering over me, and I flailed at the ball when it was actually pretty close to a downed log, and I whiffed it. And he's like, "You swung at that," and basically I had to honor it and say yes, I did. And more or less, I ended up taking a very high score on that hole, and I never recovered. It just flustered me, and I never came back. So from that, so it happens to you. All right, so Simanowicz with a birdie on 17, or on 16. Now at 17, he is tied with Barry, and there's some space between him and Janice, or them and Janice, and it's going to be 3-3-5 off of his card, par 4. King, yes, going to have a blue chip now as he gets a gallery cheers, a great drive, and let's see what happens here with a 3. Hero, he's both hero and champion. Easy putt for birdie. He will see if he can make this on his own without using the chip. You know what? Heck no, he's going to use the blue chip. Gimme putt for birdie to take the lead. It's in the hole. Back-to-back birdies for Simanowicz, and he leaps over his playing partner, Barry. Mackay Barry doesn't know what to think. He's had some delusions of possibly getting his tour card with a win here, and now it's looking in doubt. He needs to find something here, and he's going to press the subject. He's going to take control, hoping he avoids an iron check where it's utility. So here we go for Barry, 4-4-5. We will see what the result is. 4-4-5. Is he hot? No, he isn't. Is he gilded? He is not. It's going to be mood. He doesn't have a mood, and it's a 4, which means it's going to check to see if he's sunny, and he's not. So that's not the greatest check for him. Double difficult putt for birdie, and he has to make it. Well, what he's going to do is he's going to lag, and so if he lags, we play a lag as he does not have a change in his mood. So we're going to do this roll here. 1s means he has a chance to make it. 6s means he's going to get dinged somehow, and otherwise it'll be like a normal lag. And so it's going to be like a normal lag. So he misses his double difficult as he lags it. Now it's going to be an easy par putt, and he's got to avoid those 6s. And he does. So a par. He's 1 behind Simanowicz with 1 to play. Now Evan Aldrich, back-to-back bogeys. And he's just going to take a par here, and a blue chip. He'll have 2 blue chips to use on the final hole to try and gain a shot. All right, so Rance Aberle already has had a meltdown here. Heath Sommers has a blue chip. He will take control of this hole. Try to avoid the water. Aberle will as well. Janis, I think he's just gonna have to play it as it lies. So 1-1-4 with a decide or die yes on a par 3. For Heath Sommers, 1-1-4. Is he cold? He's semi-hot, so no, he's gonna have a tap-in par putt. So that's what that gets him. So Aberle will also, with water lurking, will take control, and need to roll the decide or die. 2-2-5. See, now if this were Barry, this is a check if he's utility. Well, Aberle is not, so it's going to be golf cam green, semi-challenging, and a yes. That's not the way you want to see it. Aberle is having his luck is kind of run out here. A green 5, par 3, and you will have to upgrade. Let me see. Yeah, he had a tap in, so that's okay. We don't worry about increasing the tap ins. Friendly no. Challenging yes. A clutch putt for bogey for Aberle. Here you go, a 5 on a par 3. Friendly no. Challenging green. It's semi-challenging, and it has a dot. So if you can see here, it's still there. Dot. Is it there? It's right there. Clutch putt for bogey. 1-3. He could end up doubling 2 in a row here. 1-3. Does he get it? He does. So he spent a blue chip, so he doesn't get one here. But that's a bogey 3. Lost 3 shots here in the last 2 holes, and looks like Aberle's chance at a victory has fallen by the wayside. Here is Will Janis. No blue chips to save his bacon. He's going to have to see what comes up. 14. Golf Cam course, a nice oasis in desert there at 13 and 15. So par 3 and a 4. Is it a daunting hole? It's not. Wait, yeah, Golf Cam course. Not a daunting hole. Clutch putt for birdie, semi-gold. Needs a 1-4 in the hole. So Janis will get to -13 and earn a blue chip. And he is lurking with 2 holes to play. Janis has already won a tournament. He would be our first repeat winner if he can find a way to sneak this out. All right. 2 groups left on the course. Your leader, Dave Simanowicz Jr., has no blue chips left. He's got to navigate 18. Semi-daunting hole, and he's got to play it straight up. No blue chips to trick it to his favor. Let's see what he does here. He'd love a 1 or he'd love a 6 at this point. It's a 4. 33. Golf cam course. And no dot, which means not daunting. So this is a good chance for him. Cordial no. Let's see, par 4. Cordial no. Daunting no. Easy putt for par. Close out at -15 if he can avoid the 6s here. Dave Simanowicz Jr., he knocks it in the hole, and he shoots 4 under on the back. That's a 31 to go with a 33 on the front. A 64, 6 under par round. Simanowicz Jr. goes 265 -15. He is your clubhouse leader, and it's going to take some heroics here on 18 for Barry to pull this one out. Of course, you still got Janice on the final group. He's playing 18 or 17 right now. Now it's going to be Mackay Barry. One last chance. Needs a birdie, and his best way to birdie is let's take a look. Let's analyze this just a little bit. I think his best chance is to take control of this and to hope that he gets that his long driving capabilities gives him a chance to go to gallery cheers and get some kind of a birdie putt. So he will take control. The fact that semi-daunting and, well, yeah, you know what? His best chance for birdie, let's not do anything yet. His best chance for birdie is a clutch putt for birdie. That's a 1 to 5. And your best way to do that is to get it on the course card. Have the course control. But it's daunting, semi-daunting. So you really, if you could buy the decider die. Now let's see, is there anything here that could trick this out to get him a little bit better chance at that? Nope. Well, you got to make a choice here. So, but what he could do. All right. He's made his decision. He's going to use the blue chip. He's going to give the course control. His best chance is to avoid the possibility of a 6, to avoid the possibility of 1, and to hope that he gets something on the golf cam course and that he gets the decider die being nil. That's what I think it is. We'll see. If you see a decider die here, then his chances of winning have probably left. But let's see. You never know. Decider die is yes. 36, he is in the rough in 2. He needs to chip it in, and he has a 3. I don't think he can do it from there. So par 4. And what we'll do, we can do a little bit of sniffing around here once we finish this out. So 3, second shot. Is he a workman? He is not. He has a gimme putt for par. So let's... I'm going to 3-3-6. Before we do that, give me par. Let's see what is on a par 4. What does 3-3-6 do for him? Is he hot? Well, Barry wasn't. Is he dynamic? He isn't. Golf cam green 3. What does that get you? Par 4. Green 3, challenging green. It's not. Clutch putt for birdie. Oh my goodness. I messed that up. Oh well. Tough break there. We'll do the gimme par. And he makes it. He's going to finish at -14. That's the thing. You can analyze single instances, but It's tough to tell when you're in the thick of it how many of those can actually work out for you. That's what he would have needed, was a clutch birdie, and on that roll he would have gotten it. But I don't know. All right, so he ends up at 35.65, a good round for him, but not good enough. 266 minus 14. Oh boy, so well, we got to do Evan Aldrich here at 18. He'll take control. He's got nothing to lose at this point. He's way at the back, and boy, I feel bad about Barry. Especially, that's one of my, I mean, it would have been good to have, it would have been fun to have a custom created card win. So 166, Yeoman, he is not. Stormy, Evan Aldrich is not. So we go to experience, semi-icon, no dot. So experience 6, icon, no. He's not. Difficult putt for par. 1 to 3, he will make it moderate. Can't use that chip anyway. And he misses it anyway. So easy bogey. He'll finish at -7. He shoots 4 over on the back, 39.72 for his round. And that's Aldrich, so that's going to be 274 minus 6. Huh. Let me double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I miscalculated, so he's at -6. Anyway, it's the way it goes sometimes. It's tough to keep that scoreboard completely up to date, especially with back markers. Okay. Will Janis is the last hope to catch Simanowitz. He needs a birdie here. And you've got a chance. This is only course control 2. He's gonna hope that he gets control of this. And he doesn't. 12 rough off the tee. He may have to hole a shot here on 18. Let's see. So a 5. Master, he's not. He's going to have a difficult putt for par. He's going to try to make it. 1 to 3. It's in. Didn't have to use the blue chip, but now he's going to need 2. He's going to need 2 more. He's going to need an eagle on 18 to tie Simanowitz Jr. So Heath Sommers now. He will. He'd love to get into a tie with. He's going to attack the green. He's got nothing to lose here. He wants to get into a tie with that group at -10. Could use a 1. Whoa. Well, fell off the table. We're going to re-roll it. But it's a 5, moderate putt for par. 1 to 5, he makes it. So, turned down a blue chip for that. So, Aberley in major trouble here. 12 rough, just like Will Janis. Par 4 rough, T2, master. Not a master, so a moderate second putt for par. And he will make that, finally get off the schneid. Now, going to finish up here on 18, and it'll be Janis first to play. Needs an eagle here. And I think the only way you get an eagle, the course be in control. And he could double bogey and still finish in 3rd. So, he's going to use a blue chip, give the course control here. And it's a 35. That's going to be golf cam course. Not going to do it. And a 5. Par 4. Daunting hole, no. Oh, semi-daunting and no. So, yeah, it's not a so it's clutch putt for birdie. Might get tied for second here. Semi-gold, doesn't have a blue chip to use. 1 to 4. In the hole. Will Janis finishes tied for second with Mackay Berry. great finish for him. Now let's get these other two clowns finished up, and we'll be done. So Heath Sommers doesn't have any blue chips. So Dave Simanowicz Jr. is going to be the winner. 3-3-5 for Sommers, par 4. King, no. Hero, no. Experienced semi-icon is going to be an icon, except it's going to check if he's a prospect, so he should have a chance at a birdie here. 3, par 4. Prospect, no. Easy putt for birdie. 1-4. And he finishes. Now let's check Janice here. I need to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4 under par on, so 31 and 36. 67. Janice at, so that'll be 266 minus 14. Yep, 1 back. So now Sommers, even 1 under, 2 under, 33, and that's going to be a 71. 3 over on the front, 2 under on the back. 71. That'll be a 270, and he will, with that birdie, Sommers does move into that tie for 10th at minus 10. So just what he wanted to do. Now Aberley, can he get a birdie here? If he can get a birdie, then he would take 4th on his own. 36 in the rough with second shot, and a 1 could chip it in, actually. So let's see. Is he workman? No. So pin shot needs a 1 and a decide or die. We'll roll them together. How about it for Aberley? Can he get sole 4th? 1 and decide or die. Nope. So that is going to be a 6 on the pin. Difficult putt for par. Been that kind of day for him. Needs a 1-3. Gets it. So that is a par for him, but a 3 over on the back. 38 does him in. 72 on the round. That is 270 as well, minus 10, and that is your tournament. Dave Simanowicz Jr. wins the 2018 Colonial Invitational with one hell of a round. He gets an eagle on 11, back-to-back birdies, 16 and 17, survives 18, shoots 31 on the back. 265 minus 15 is your winning score. Dave Simanowicz Jr. gets into the win column. And that is that. So, your final leaderboard here from Texas Provincial. Dave Simanowicz Jr. at minus 15 wins. Mackay Berry, hard luck loser. Just couldn't pull off a birdie at the end. It's kind of a dubious strategic choice there for him, but that's the way it goes sometimes in golf. Sometimes you lay up, sometimes you attack. This time he kind of laid up and might have done better if he hadn't. Sometimes with these history maker games, you have to think through what kinds of analogies you can draw with golf. And I think that's one of the analogies that you could draw in this case is you give control of the hole to the course. It's kind of like laying up in a way. You're trying to get take advantage of, trying to perhaps avoid certain areas of the course, as opposed to relying on your own skill and knowing that maybe you can hit a good shot. Instead, you try to hit a half club or something like that, and it just doesn't work out for you. Now, if we move over here, we've got a pretty big gulf until we get over here to Evan Aldrich is actually at minus 6. So Myung Cho, Tom Sudbury, Rance Aberley, and Heath Sommers. Aberley, probably the most snake-bitten on the course here. If you see him, he's the top line in the final group, 15 and 16, 15 a double bogey, he loses it to the right and it goes out of bounds, and then 16 he crashes out with a bogey there, and so he ends up dropping into a tie for fourth. He's going to share fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh place money with those four gentlemen up there, and that's where we will leave it. So be right back with some closing thoughts. Okay, so that's a wrap for this tournament. I will just say that it's a tough game to wrap your head around at times. Sometimes you think you've got the strategy down, you think you have a good idea of what can happen, and it kind of just snaps you up and bites you in the rear end. And that's oh, yeah, there we go. Live chat. Any other chats here? That's kind of like real golf. I mean, you might say that this doesn't feel exactly the same. I can understand that. You don't roll to decide how far you hit your 5-iron and how straight it went. But what you're doing is you're making decisions on how you're going to play a hole. Are you going to play a hole aggressive? Are you going to play it passive? Are you going to have confidence? Like, it's one thing that is a little bit different in this game is that you can actually assert your confidence in different areas. That's what I look at blue chips as, is confidence. So you can kind of say, I'm going to give myself confidence on this putt. I feel real confident. I can see that the break in this, I know how this breaks. I'm just going to hit it well. And so you give yourself a little advantage there. Or